All right, guys, welcome back. We are got another amazing show. I have Miss Lisa B. She's out of Australia. This woman is an absolute devastator in her market. She's written about 10,000 books. She's writing another one right now. I have the honor and the privilege. She's joined my EXP team, and we are going to be talking a little bit of why someone in a different continent joined my EXP team, what the value and benefits are, kind of what her experience has been so far, and everything else. We got so much to unpack here. We only have 30 minutes, guys. So first off, Lisa, introduce yourself. I'm so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much. So yeah, I've been in real estate for about 30 years now, long time. Been involved with different franchises, had my own businesses like independents. And then I saw EXP and the rest is history. And here I am. Yeah. So that's amazing.
Well, you came in roaring like a bull in a china shop, and you're just doing a tremendous job recruiting, and you're just seeing so much value. But I want to see, so you've been with independents, you've been, with EXP. Help me understand, walk me through this, because, I want to hear your thoughts on this. What was the deciding difference for you joining EXP and stepping away from the company that you were previously with?
I've worked for myself since my early 20s, and I saw the EXP model and I just thought I wanted to be a part of something bigger than myself. EXP is just a gigantic machine, and I wanted to be part of that. I saw the value that it provided agents, and also just the access to having access to you, to Hank, to all of the other support in America, and provide every day. You can motivate yourself, you can inspire yourself to a certain degree, but when you see other people, what they're achieving and the massive milestones that people are getting within the company, it's like, wow, I want some of that, but I also want to help other people achieve that as well. And that's what we're doing. So my role within EXP now is a talent attractor. So recruiting and helping people to transition from wherever they are now, whether they've got their own office or their own independent agency, to bring them across over to EXP, and to sort of help them within that transition, to support them and sort of, connect them with the right people and just support them through the entire process, as well as once they're onboarded, we have like certain training that we have, like we have an 8:30 meeting on a Tuesday morning where people can just catch up and, share notes and, whatever it is, whatever they need, just to still feel part of a team. And then we have a meeting with Hank on a Wednesday night, which that's all about team building. So it's just, we've really got that community feel and that the culture of helping one another. And that's what I like to try and promote and ensure that keeps going. And we've done an amazing job at that. And so has corporate.
Yeah, they've done a really good job, and it's always growing, right? It's always changing, It's always adapting, and so on and so forth. But I want people to get an understanding a little bit about your background, your history. Guys, see those books behind her? Look, she didn't buy those. She wrote those books. Walk me through a little bit, because you're a very accomplished woman, and you have incredible knowledge in your brain. Help me understand, what was that decision factor, that made you make that shift? Is it like, I want to bring value to other people? Do I want to recruit? Do I like the downline? Do I like the stock? Do I just like the freedom to create? I mean, what was that for your choice?
Okay, to go to EXP, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Everything that I've done so far in my career has led me to where I am now. So, writing the books, it was like, I was in a book with somebody as like a compilation book. From that, then I started publishing my own books and all that sort of thing. But it was just, I don't know. It was just everything about EXP. It's like the equity share, it's the support, it's the recruiting, it's helping people. The training that they provide and that we provide other agents, and as I said, just the inspiration for other people and what they're achieving.
Yeah. I love that. I mean, so explain a little bit about your books, the different books you've written, because I want people to understand who you are, because you have you're being very modest right now, guys and gals. She's not talking about herself, but I can tell you after my multiple conversations with her, she's absolutely incredible. So walk me through those books, and just so that people understand kind of where you come from.
Yes. Okay. So Secret Agents book, that's the one over there. That's all about self-promotion, like building a profile online. Mm-hmm. So that was something that when I had my real estate office, I really, I started a brand new office in a brand new area that I knew no one. And I'd go into listing presentations and they'd go, but who are you? And there were offices there that had been around for 100 years. And I was like, wow, I really need to make it look like I've been here for 100 years. And that was where I started with my online profile. So it was like, I need to build this up. So it was like doing video marketing. Now I'm talking 13, 14 years ago when people weren't doing videos that much. They weren't on social media. It was just going to be a fad, so people weren't doing it. And so I really, I did everything you could possibly do. I was like, how could I do videos? How can I do this? How can I do that? How can I promote myself the most to get out there? And did a really great job at doing that. And so real estate agents would then ring me and say, how do you do this? How do you do that? And then I developed from there online courses that I could say, here you go, here's this piece here, and, where everything fits into the puzzle. And then I wrote the book on that. And then the other books I did were compilation books and they were to help other agents to position themselves as the expert in their area as well. I saw what being in a book did for me and how that positioned me as an expert. And so that's kind of where it all started. Like everything that I did led to the next thing. So now it's like I'm able to provide, all my online courses that I've got from Secret Agents and all of that sort of thing. I'm able to provide, my agents with those tips of how I did it. As well as, doing a lot of interviews with top performers and all that sort of thing and their tips in real estate. And, 30 years I've seen a lot and done a lot in real estate, and it's like, it's really funny. And you would see this too, people that are coming new into the industry and they're doing something and they think it's the first time they've ever done it. And I'm thinking, I did that 25 years ago, yeah, that's awesome. But I did that 25 years ago. And it's kind of, and what's really funny about it, because I've kind of got it all documented with my online courses, I can actually prove it. I can here's a video I did, all this time ago, so it's actually quite funny. Yeah. But, you see a lot, don't you?
It is true. You and I have been in the game for a long time, and we've seen everything, and people come up, and I'm on a certain app. I'm not going to say the name of the app. It's not a dating app for all you people. Don't be weird. This is just another social media app, and a lot of people are coming up with ideas on how to do business, and they're thinking that this is the first time this ever been said. I sit there and I literally yell at my phone. My girlfriend is always like, "What are you yelling at?" I'm like, "Don't worry." Because they're like, oh my gosh, what about this idea? And Lisa and I, we've walked around the block more than once, right?
Yes, exactly.
So when you've walked around the block, as many times as you and I both have, together,
yeah.
What was that big why? What was that big motivation to make that shift? Because shifting brokerages is not easy. It's not fun. It's unpleasant on every stinking level. Yeah. What was that big why for you? Because I want to hear that.
Well, I was actually coaching. Like I had my own offices. I had offices in a couple of different areas in another state to where I live now. And then from my online profile and building that, my online courses and books and all that sort of thing, then I started coaching real estate agents. So I've been coaching for the last 12 years. So I haven't been, actively selling or listing for all that time. So it was like, I read the book 4-Hour Work Week and I thought, that's the life I want. I want to be able to, travel and work wherever I am. So if I'm in Italy, I can do exactly the same thing. And that's the other thing that EXP has allowed me to do. That was really important to my business model, was I don't want to be stuck to a desk in a certain area for the rest of my life. It's like, I want to be able to go wherever I am. So what I'm doing with recruiting and all that sort of thing, I can be anywhere in the world and still do the same thing. I'm still doing Zooms and I'm still actively doing that. So that was a big part of it. And it might sound really silly, but to me, building so many businesses and having nothing to show for those businesses now, it really hurts, because I worked my backside off. I door knocked, I phone prospected, I did all of this. And so when you walk away, those leads are still going to that other person, right? And it's like, I don't want that to happen again. I want to, whatever work I put into this, I take with me wherever I go. I get the call wherever I go. And the other part is that we can will our revenue share to somebody, I can will it to my son. So even when I'm gone, I'm still bringing it with me. You know what I mean? So that was really important to me. So, the helping people with all the things that I can bring to the table with my 30 years of experience, I'm helping people write books. I can help them write their bios. I can do a lot of things. Like I'm a kind of, it's doing so many things. I know a lot about a lot of things, or a little bit about a lot of things sometimes, but enough that I can really help people. You know what I mean?
I love it because there's so many questions I have for you right now. One of which is when it comes down to kind of, you talk about going and living in Italy, right? And when life gets back to normal and we can actually travel and all that goodness, recruiting.
Yes.
Do you want to, have you found it more important in your personal life and business? Do you want to spend more time recruiting agents into EXP, or spending more time selling real estate, or spending more time doing referrals?
No, I haven't listed and sold for 12 years. No, I haven't done any of that. So I've just been coaching. Like I said, I've just been coaching the last 12, 13 years. So for me, it's training, doing what I know. Helping agents with their profile or whatever it is. Part of our meeting on 8:30 on a Tuesday morning is, okay, what's going on? Whatever it is, we kind of talk through different issues, different problems, different things they need, where they can go to get that help. So, I'm in my strength. I love coaching. I love training. I love supporting people. So I feel like I'm the mother, I feel like I'm the mother of everybody and the lioness, don't you hurt my person, don't you help, you stay away from my people. Don't you hurt them. So I really try and, take care of them and make sure that they all do feel supported within what they're doing. And sometimes probably a bit too much, but that's okay.
Well, that's a good thing. And when it comes to support, EXP, in my personal experience, EXP has been incredibly supportive. I've been doing this for 21 years. You've been almost 22. You've been doing it for 30. We've been in multiple different brokerages, right? And, this is, in my opinion, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. This is the one company that I found that they legitimately want to help you. They want to back you up. They want to bring the training and the resources and everything else to help you be more productive.
Absolutely.
They're not trying to harvest your data. They're not trying to steal anything from you. It's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I feel the same way.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like in the last couple of weeks, like we're still really building. You guys have been established in EXP a lot longer than what we have. We've only kind of been around the last year, and we are sort of on a moving train. We really are. And, there's bumps in the track and we're ironing them out. But I'll tell you what, like in the last week and a half, there's been 3 things that I've identified, and I've gone to corporate and they've fixed every single one of them. And I've just gone, wow, how amazing. One of them was post onboarding. So once somebody comes into EXP, the processes that they go through and how the training that they can get into, once they're part of EXP. And so now they've opened up the portal in the world, and it's like everything is just documented and videos on everything. So you can just go in there, whatever you need, it's there. And, we're adding to that all the time. So that was one thing. Then there was another thing about some of the procedures with some of our agents. They ironed that out. And then there was an app that we asked for, and they went, yep, that's fine. You've got it. And so the agents are just going, this is awesome, so we are, one of the values is agility and all of that sort of thing. And I think we do live those values every single day. Like every time I do, my EXP explained, I go to that page and I look at it, and it just reinforces it every time. I think the people that we attract are those kinds of people. We've just, I don't know if we've just been lucky, but, we've just attracted people that are exactly the same values. And, it sounds corny, but it is like one big happy family. We don't have the animosity, we don't have the, normally in a normal real estate office, you walk out the door and, you probably got a knife in your back as you go, or somebody's trying to steal your clients or whatever. It's here. I don't know if that's like that in America, but yeah, it's like within EXP, it's like everybody's just helping each other, and genuinely. So, that's been really refreshing and something that I love, that feeling of community, which is hard to get.
It really is. And it's the one company I've ever felt that like everybody legitimately wants to help each other at every single stop on the way to success. So that kind of brings me back to another question. So what's the next step for you? So you jumped in, you're with Glenn, and you guys are crushing it. You guys have the largest downline in EXP in Australia, and you guys are growing like a weed in summer. Like, well, it is summer for you guys. Yeah. What is the next step for you? I mean, are we getting on the speaking circuit? Are we writing more books? Are you just going to do recruiting? Do you want to just crush it in sales? I mean, where are you going to stay? Where are you going to land?
Just recruiting. Yeah, that's my number one focus. Yes, just building a team and, helping everybody. I'm just looking at my board here, and helping everybody build their team as well. That's really important to me. That it's when you're listing and selling, that's it. That's the income you're getting. When you stop listing and selling, it's gone. And I want agents to have that reoccurring income that every month if they choose to leave real estate selling, that they've got that income. I want them to have a superannuation plan, because I actually feel sorry for people now. I look at them and I think, oh my gosh, you're working your backside off. And once you stop selling, that's it. Then what are you going to do? What's your superannuation plan? And so for me, I want my team to have that. I want to help them build a team. And, it's something I say, okay, if you've got somebody interested, let me know and I'll jump on a call with you and we'll just go through the model and I'll help them. If it's the right thing for them, I'll help them transition over. So that's my number one goal, is to help my people, build a team as well.
I couldn't agree with you more. In 2016, I got deathly ill. I was on my back for 45 days, like flat, like on my back 45 days, right? And thank God I'm not married. I don't have kids, so I didn't have any. I mean, I had 2 cats at that point, and got up and scooped their poop out of the litter box. That's about it. But I mean, I sat there and I thought, I'm like, oh my gosh, like what in the blank blah, yakety schmack, would I do if I had, people had to depend on me? Because you're only good as your last transaction. I know it's cliche, but it literally is the way that our industry is run. Yes. And so when I was introduced to EXP, it was between another company that their color is red and our company, which is EXP. And I went with EXP because, with the opportunity that they present in regards to multiple streams of income. So you can sell real estate, you can recruit people, and you can get stock. So you have 3 different opportunities. So you have the stock, which is going to be your 401k, right? You have your recruitment, which is going to be your downline reoccurring income. And you just go out there and just do your gosh dang job, and you just sell a flipping house and you make money off of it. I mean, it's
organically. Yes.
It's ridiculous.
You don't have to try to do those things. And that's what I say too. It's like, some people say, oh, I don't care about the shares and I don't care about building a team. But it's like organically, it's probably going to happen anyway. The shares will happen. And especially if you're a good producer, the shares will just happen organically. You don't have to try and get them. But also the recruiting, we've recruited some big names into EXP now. And so people are starting to see, people have sat back and watched the model and watched who else is jumping in. And now they're all going, oh, maybe it is a good idea. And I think, sometimes you do just have to jump, you do just have to kind of, and we're all there to support you jump. But, sometimes you just have to make the decision and have a look. And the other thing that we offer, and it's only month to month, if you come in and you don't like it after a month, you can leave. You can come in and just have a look. And if it's not for you, then that's okay. All it is $218. So it doesn't really, there's no risk to just come and have a look and see what we're about and see if we're the right fit, see if the model's the right fit. You get to talk to other agents that are in it. And I think that's important. It's not just us on the outside saying all these things. It's actually behind the scenes. It's exactly the same. So I think that's really important too.
It is. It also comes down to like you said, it's not just you. It comes down to networking, and networking is one of the biggest things that we can ever imagine. And when my Hank, that sounds weird. When my upline Hank,
I love Hank. Yeah,
he's zero BS, and I love him for that.
Me too.
You know what? It's about being able to leverage people above you, around you, and everywhere else. And if you have a problem, you shoot up that flare up into the air and just say, "Hey, I got a problem with blah blah blah," or "I got a question about yakety schmack," or whatever else. People are going to be like.
Yeah, absolutely. And I always say it's like for us in Australia, you in America, we've got a crystal ball. So I'll say to Hank or you, this is what's happening here. What do I do? Oh, that happened here 3 years ago. Don't worry about that. That's that. Or, it's like we can see into the future from you guys, So that's been really helpful. And we're not trying to reinvent any wheel. It's an established business model in America, and we're just running that. And I think that's been amazing. The other thing that I'd like to talk about is the actual business model and how that is for agents as well. And for me, I love that the business model is COVID proof. And that's something that we're trying to actually improve every single day, and technology to support agents and for buyers and sellers. So as much as we can, put everything in the cloud, it's a cloud-based real estate business. And all of our procedures, we are looking at ways to improve that, automate, and, make it that we can do transactions no matter what's happening in the world. So virtual tours and, all that sort of thing, offers online, contracts online, everything. And I think that's really important too. It's like the Jetsons of real estate, that we're COVID proof, and that's what we want to be. So to me, it's like the traditional business model is still, the paper, like whatever. And that was okay for back then, and times have changed. Now we've got a lot more technology, we've got a lot more resources, and there's better ways of doing things that are faster, more efficient for an agent, and better for a buyer and better for a seller. And that's what we are good at, with the world technology and all that sort of thing, EXP world. We are a tech company in lots of ways, that we are looking at always how we can improve the technology to make it better. And I think, and as I said, the other day, yesterday, it was like, can we get this app? Absolutely, not a problem. Upgraded it, and now everybody's got it. So it's just something that now they can text people and send out bulk SMSs for certain things and whatever. And, it's just automating those processes, that it's better for the buyer, it's better for the seller, it's better for the agent. So those things, and that's the thing that excites me too. I love the technology. I love different apps. I love how we can, work so much easier. And I think that's important too.
Yeah, no, 100% is being streamlined is the number one, game plan here. And if you can show your client a whole suite of opportunities, I can do blah 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 and blah, and it's not going to cost you anything more, and it's going to be 100%. Pick up your phone and you'll be able to do it from that. Not a problem.
Absolutely. And I think that's a really good way to explain it. When as an agent, you can go into a listing presentation and take them through the customer journey. Like, this is where we are, this is what we do online, and then this is everything else online, and this is the end result, which is, online offers, online this, contracts to everything. You don't have to leave your bedroom. Keep your pajamas on. You don't even have to leave your bedroom. It's all just done,
You know the funny story about that, Lisa. is that my business has evolved to a point where I'm at a very comfortable point, right? And I actually do more work from my bed in my robe than I do sitting at my desk. And everyone's
Really?
like, "What are you talking about?" And I said, look, I actually had a call with an individual earlier today about this, and I said, and they were like, "Well, what do you mean by that?" I said, "Look, I have teams for everything. I have teams for marketing. I have teams for video editing. I have teams for for doing contracts. I have teams for you pick it. I got a team for it, and that individual or team will run it for me." And I mean, I haven't written a contract in 15 years, literally, because I have an individual. Her name is Eileen Landon. She's my team manager, and this woman, I call her the steel trap because she's ridiculously good. But
that's so good.
It's just about like using technology, using people around you, not in a bad way, in a good way, right?
No, efficiency, yeah.
And giving them income, you get freedom, and everyone's getting what they want out of it. And EXP has provided that on an exponential basis. But I
Absolutely.
I would like to get a couple of your final thoughts in regards to, if people are thinking about doing EXP. Now, guys, we're not pitching you, okay? I want to be that very clear, okay? We're just saying why Lisa joined, why I joined. So
Yes.
give us a couple of the reasons why you joined, Lisa, and then we'll let people reach out to you and ask some questions.
There are 3 big reasons: the flexibility of being able to work anywhere, the income to be able to build a business. Real estate agents hop around everywhere, and they're here at this office, and then they move to another office, and I don't know if it's the same in America. I'm presuming it is. Then another office and another office, and they're starting again.
Right.
Stay in one place, for goodness sake, and build a business. You don't need to go anywhere else. Stay here. You've got 3 forms of income, 3 potential ways of creating income. Stay in the one place. So you got the freedom, you've got the income, and the flexibility, definitely. So, that's what I love about it. It's all of those sorts of things. Yeah.
You couldn't have said any better if I even tried to script you on that one. And it was authentic and it was real. I have friends that are watching, the friends that will be watching this in the future. Guys, gals, look, I want you to reach out to Lisa. If you guys are in Australia, even if you're in the US, reach out to Lisa. Learn from this woman. She's written 7 books. That says it right there. Okay, 7 books. I think I've read 7 books in my life. That's a joke. But I mean, my point is that she's an incredible resource, guys. And I want you to just have a conversation with her if you're thinking about it. If you like it, great. If you don't, well, God be with you, and go along your merry way. And maybe you'll reconsider it some other time. But Lisa, if they were to reach out to you in the best one way, what would that be?
Well, if we're connected on Facebook, but if not, probably just email. I guess, would that be the best? I guess, yeah.
It's your call. You tell me.
Lisa@lisab.com.au.
Well, that's not too hard. Even I can remember that, guys.
Easy.
There it is. Guys, she's a sweetheart. She's wonderful. She's beautiful. She's intelligent. She's talented. She's a leader. She is the person you want to get behind and just really follow in the direction she's going. So, Lisa, thank you for your time. I appreciate you more than you know. And we're gonna sign off here. But you guys, follow her on social media. Reach out to her for EXP. And until next time, boom, peace.
Thank you.
Love you.